Hello, welcome back to Fist Entertainment. Just give me a second here and we'll get started. This is actually take two. My dog dumped to mess, I had to go get him. Alright. Well, this film, in my opinion, was the most underrated movie of 2019. And a lot of people had nothing but bad things to say about this movie. I did not get it. I really, really don't. I say this movie is one of the best movies of the year for me. I was very surprised about this movie. Very, very surprised with this movie. And that would be 2019's Gemini Man. Gemini Man was just amazing. The action in the movie is amazing. The supporting cast in the movie is amazing. How they actually made, the whole thing of Will Smith playing two characters in one movie is just very cool. The action sequences were very top notch. Just overall a very, very good, action thriller sci-fi adventure movie. It has a sense of reality to it. Not out there stuff, but this stuff could actually really happen. Well, what I like about the movie is this is not the first time we've seen something like this. We've seen so many movies in which you have either opposing or working together. You have an actor playing two characters. In terms of Jean-Claude Van Damme, you have a series of films in which he plays two characters in the movie. Maximum Risk, Double Impact, Replicate. You have Jet Li's The One. You just have a whole bunch of movies that do this type of concept, but the problem that most of them have is when it comes to the fight sequences between the two of them, you usually have somebody who's like a stunt double, a stand-in to play the opposing version. What you have in this movie is literally do have Will Smith versus Will Smith, and the concept that we actually have Will Smith playing both characters and it's actually legitly good is something that's really fucking awesome that I like about this movie. It really does work in a very good way. Well, the plot of the movie Gemini Man is it's a very simple one. I don't remember his last name. Henry Brogan is the world's most elite contract killer for the government. So he's a government contract killer, and he's the best there is in the world. And basically, he decides to retire because he's had a belly full of killing. No one wants him to, of course, because he's good at what he does. And the handlers that he worked for, the government tries to kill him. They did not succeed. And then there's this project called the Gemini Project. And basically, what they did is they created a clone of Henry and sends the clone after Henry. And the clone, of course, is Henry when he was younger. So you have the older version of Will Smith, and you have a younger version of Will Smith. Younger version being the clone, which is the character known as Junior, and of course the other being, of course, the original. And of course, Henry teams up with a surveillance operative who was supposed to be surveilling him, but he figured her out. Forget her name, but she's played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead. She started out as a regular actress in movies like Final Destination 3, 10 Cloverfield Lane, and of course playing John McClane's daughter in Live Free or Die Hard and A Good Day to Die Hard. She is very, very quickly becoming like the front runner for the next breakout, if not the breakout, female action hero in movies. She's done a lot of really cool stuff, like she played the Huntress in Birds of Prey. She's obviously plays a very action-packed character in this movie. So, yeah. Does a great job in this movie, I might add. And he teams up with her when they try to kill her as well. And they basically, with the help of old friend that Henry has from the old days of his military career and stuff, they had to survive against this clone who believes that he needs to kill Henry because his creator told him to. And Henry actually tells him what and who he is, and they eventually end up teaming up together and taking on the Gemini Project's creator, which is our villain in the movie, played by Clive Owen. You might know from The International, as well as Children of Men and Sin City. But yeah, the action in this movie is very, very, very good. Very, very good. The fight sequences are between Will Smith and Will Smith are very well done. The cinematography in this movie is amazing. I can't find out who did it, but it's almost Roger Deakins-like looking cinematography. So that just tells you a little bit of idea about how good the photography of this movie is. Cinematography is just really, really good. To give you an idea who Roger Deakins is, that guy's responsible for the brilliance that we know as Skyfall. That film looks really good because Roger Deakins did that one. He did a lot of other films, but I never can forget the names. I mean, I never can remember the names. To which movie he actually filmed. But he's a very real-renowned one. And this looks like a lot like one of his movies. I don't think he did it. Like I said, I can't tell who did he was director of photography in this movie. But if he was, it wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, this is a great overall action movie. Video quality. This film was shot completely digitally in IMAX in 4K negative cameras. So this film is meant to be a Dolby Vision movie, which is probably one reason why it looks so good. By what version you buy, I may have to get the 4K version so I can see all the enhancement and stuff, because I do have that ability. The audio. The audio is Dolby Atmos, but it does have one little problem. There's not a lot of definitive overhead effects. They're there, but they're so balanced that you don't really hear a whole lot of overhead effects. But the film sound presentation itself is still a very good sound presentation. There's lots of really good sound effects and stuff like that. It's just not like, you know, Midway or something, or does the Dolby Atmos track like Joker, for example, had more going up above your head than around you. This one has more going on around you and just a hint of things going on above your head. I think that's the easiest way to kind of put it. Yeah, overall, just a great movie. If you're a fan of action movies, you're a fan of taking an action guy, action star, and putting him against himself in a movie, and you want that to deliver the goods in a very good way, you will get that with this movie. So, yeah, I would say check this movie out, Gemini Man. Now, not know why people have a problem with this movie is a great movie. It's probably one of the better films of the year. Well, that's it for this review. I will see you guys next time for my third and final review out here in the back porch. Until then.